Even if you take 5,000 IU of vitamin D every morning to boost immunity, fight back pain, and improve your mood, your cells can still remain in a state of starvation. Nutrition and health experts constantly repeat that the sunshine vitamin is the foundation of health. But that's not the whole truth. The most important thing you need is not just a high dose of vitamin D, but its proper navigator. And here is the shocking thing most adults don't know. Even if you take the most expensive vitamin D, without this hidden partner, it remains blind. It doesn't know where to direct the calcium. Instead of strengthening your bones and immunity, it can start depositing in your arteries, turning them into stone. Most people make the fatal mistake of relying on the numbers on the bottle, but ignoring the key mechanism of its bioactivation. That is why in this video, I will tell you about 2 forgotten natural sources of a nutrient that literally forces vitamin D to work for your longevity. I'll start with the more accessible source. Then I'll reveal the absolute best one, which 90% of people ignore. I will also tell you about 3 habits or foods you should never combine with vitamin D if you want strong bones and ironclad immunity after age 40. Subscribe right away if you haven't already. Let's begin. Number 1 is canned cod liver. A serving of cod liver contains an impressive amount of natural cholecalciferol, which is absorbed by the body much better than synthetic capsules. This is significantly more powerful than fortified milk or egg yolks. But here's what most people don't know. This product contains not only vitamin D, but also natural vitamin A in perfect proportion. These 2 vitamins create a natural balance that protects your receptors from toxicity. Without this natural ratio, effectiveness drops sharply. However, there is a trap. The oil in cans oxidizes very quickly upon contact with air, turning into free radicals that hit the liver. A study conducted at the Norwegian University of Science showed that only those who consumed the product immediately after opening the can, draining the excess oxidized oil, received benefits. This was a real fish revolution in understanding omega acids. Scandinavian peoples have used this product for centuries, surviving harsh winters without depression and fractures long before science invented pills. Incorporating it into your diet is simple. Mash a small piece of liver with a fork and spread it on whole grain bread because the carbs will provide energy. Add a little lemon juice because the acid will help break down the fats. These combinations create a powerful breakfast that recharges your hormonal background. However, if you only eat liver, you still won't get maximum protection if you don't add the next source, which works in perfect cooperation for the health of your blood vessels. Number 2 is natto, or aged hard cheese. Natto is Japanese fermented soy that contains a colossal amount of vitamin K2 in the MK7 form. This is tens of times more than in any other product on the planet. This vitamin doesn't just nourish tissues, it acts as a traffic controller. Vitamin D opens the door for calcium into the blood, and vitamin K2 takes that calcium by the hand and leads it exactly to the bones and teeth, not allowing it to settle in the kidneys or heart vessels. This means not only a strong skeleton, but also clean, elastic arteries. What's astounding is that the famous Rotterdam study tracked thousands of people for 10 years. Those who regularly consumed foods rich in K2 had a significantly lower risk of aortic calcification and heart attacks. Eastern medicine has considered fermented beans the food of samurai for bone strength for centuries. To start eating natto, given its specific smell, begin with 1 teaspoon mixed with mustard and green onions. If natto is too exotic for you, a piece of high-quality aged Gouda cheese will also work. Here is the secret. When you combine D3 from fish and K2 from fermented foods with the right amount of healthy fats, you create a powerful immune trio. Fats are the transport that dissolves vitamins. D3 is the key that lets resources in. K2 is the navigator that points the way. Without all 3 components, the system breaks down. However, consuming these superfoods will be useless for your body if you combine them with the next 3 things. The last one is very common. I am sure you did it today, at lunch. In fact, they can actively block the work of vitamins in your body. After analyzing dozens of clinical protocols and consulting with leading immunologists, I have identified the 3 most dangerous combinations that adults must avoid. Number 1 is statins. These are the cholesterol medications you take to protect your heart, thinking you are extending your life. But these safe pills can be secret thieves of your vitamin D. Statins block an enzyme in the liver that produces cholesterol. But the fact is, cholesterol is catastrophically necessary as a building material for the synthesis of vitamin D itself, under the sun. A 2017 study published in the journal Dermatoendocrinology showed that long-term use of statins can significantly reduce serum D3 levels, even if you are in the sun. But here's the shocking part. It doesn't just lower the level, it creates a chronic deficiency that leads to muscle weakness, which is the very symptom patients on statins often complain about. I will never forget my patient Robert, a 60-year-old man who came to me frustrated because his bones were aching despite taking supplements. 4 months after adjusting therapy and adding coenzyme Q10, his numbers improved. If you are serious about your health, consult your doctor about supporting your body while taking these medicines. Number 2 is excessive intake of retinol, or vitamin A. Many consider vitamin A a super supplement for vision and skin and take it in high doses separately. But when you combine excess pure retinol with a normal intake of vitamin D, you create a problem. Vitamin A and vitamin D compete for the exact same receptors on your cells. Here's the hidden danger. It is an intracellular war. Excess A can literally push D out of the receptor, neutralizing its immune protective effect. Studies have shown that an excessive ratio of A to D can increase the risk of fractures rather than reduce it. I treated Elena, a 45-year-old woman who drank a beauty complex with a huge dose of retinol every day. Despite taking vitamin D, her tests showed low immune activity. After she removed the isolated retinol and left only what was in food, her energy returned to normal. Number 3 is a low-fat diet. If you think this is obvious, wait. The final habit that destroys your vitamin balance is a 0% fat breakfast or lunch. Many people wash down a vitamin D capsule with water on an empty stomach or eat a salad without oil, thinking it is good for their figure. But this habit can be catastrophic for absorption. Vitamin D is fat-soluble. When you consume it without fats, it simply passes through your stomach in transit. Your body does not release the bile necessary for emulsification and absorption. A study showed a direct link between the amount of fat in a meal and the peak concentration of the vitamin in the blood. You are literally flushing money down the toilet with every low-fat meal. I remember a consultation with David, a 50-year-old man who took vitamins with black coffee in the morning. His D levels hadn't risen in years. Just 1 month after he started taking the supplement with a spoonful of olive oil or avocado, his tests showed normal levels for the first time. Now that you know about these 3 dangerous combinations, I have a question for you. Which of these vitamin D mistakes have you been unknowingly practicing? Write in the comments. If you are serious about restoring your immunity and hormonal balance, I've created a 7-day metabolism activation meal plan. You'll find the link in the description. But there's something even more exciting. Tomorrow I will reveal a secret about a common spice in your kitchen cabinet that has been clinically proven to reduce joint inflammation by 40%. I can only share this information with my subscribers first, so if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Believe me, this secret will shock you. See you soon.